There is an interesting paradox that I'd like to share with you today, and it's the following. The harder you try, the less it works. I know this sounds very counterintuitive in the beginning, but let me explain. In military training, there is this survival training or exercise where soldiers are getting pushed into the water, and the task for them is to survive as long as possible, at minimum for 5 minutes. The thing is, their hands are tied behind their back, so they cannot swim properly. What do you think happens to the ones who try their best to survive, who move their arms and their legs in order to somehow stay afloat above the surface, to catch some air? These are the ones who basically panic. These are the ones who force it. These are the ones who try their very best to not drown, basically. But ironically, these are the ones who sink. Whereas the other group, the ones who make it, or who complete the task, are the ones who do not force it, who do not move, who just let go. Because this is the only way how they can stay afloat. You see, the water doesn't care how much you try, how much you fight. It only responds to how much you stop resisting. And once you see that, once you truly understand this, you will notice that in all kinds of areas in life. Falling asleep, for example. To force yourself falling asleep. I think we've all been there at one point or another, where we know we have to get up early the next day. There is an important presentation, or an important exam, or a marathon, or something like that. And we know we have to get up early, so we have to fall asleep early the night before too. And we've been thinking about it all day long. Hopefully I can fall asleep fast today so that I'm well recovered the next morning. And these are usually the days or the nights where it's gonna be the hardest to fall asleep, because we really push hard to fall asleep, or maybe we have a lot of thoughts in our minds and we want them to shut up. A very safe way to not shut your brain up is by forcing yourself to shut the brain up, right? Forcing yourself to fall asleep. It won't work. The same is true for meditation, for example. If you already force yourself to meditate, you've lost before you started. Or creativity. Try to sit down and decide, now I'm gonna be creative. Now I'm gonna have the idea of what I'm gonna do next. Or the idea of how I want to live my life, or an idea about a next project or next business. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work. You can't force yourself to creativity. The idea comes first and then you do. Or try to impress other people. The more you force it, the less it works, right? We can feel when someone is really trying hard to impress us. What is the result in most cases? We get less interested in these kind of people. That's true for business relationships. That's true for personal relationships, love relationships. If you want to get a guy or a girl to like you, and you try really hard so that they notice that you're trying hard, you've already lost. And the Taoists, they have a word for this. It's called Wu Wei. You can basically translate it into action without effort. Do something, but you don't force it. A lot of people misinterpret Wu Wei and think it's about doing nothing. But it's not about doing nothing. It's not about you sitting on the couch all day and brain rot, basically. That's not the point. It's about moving with things instead of against them. It's about aligning yourself with your surroundings, with nature, with the world. Just like water. Water never forces anything, but somehow it still just finds the path. And over time, it creates landscapes. And I think most of us have been taught the opposite, that more effort always equals more results or better results. That if something is not working, just try and push harder, use your willpower, push through. Well, that may work for in the short term, but in the long term, it's not a sustainable strategy. So ask yourself, what if you stopped pushing for a second? What if you stopped forcing whatever it is you're trying to do and do the things that come natural to you? What if the thing you've been chasing has been waiting for you to stop running after it? Because sometimes the most powerful move you can make is get out of your own way. This is the concept of Wu Wei, the art of not forcing. Where in life are you pushing too hard right now? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video.